My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to Against the Storm. Let's check out the Storm Ant Column world event that's triggered here. Okay, an enormous column of storm ants rather, stretches in both directions. Large as a beaver's fist, they've made entire armies wait for days. On a large tree nearby, right in the middle of the ant column, you can see a trader with his guard screaming for help. But only one thing in the world could make the storm ants change course. Food. Win without starting food, gain 20 amber. And that's just without starting food on this run, and then for all of the rest of the cycles, or all of the rest of the runs this cycle, I'll get 20 amber at the start. Yes. Oh, and I have to settle there. Okay, I see what's going on. Tell me what the conditions are. This is a coral forest, which means we are light on... No, we're not light on fertile soil. That surprises me. The trees have the ability to give us plant fiber, meat, incense, stone, and crystallized dew. Give you different resources. If we had beavers doing wood cutting down for those trees, that'd be certainly helpful. The harpies and the foxes are liable to starve. And also, if I take food, removes all food at the beginning of the game. Yep, okay. So I should take one of the options that doesn't have like a whole mess of food in it. Like the humans at the bottom here. So we'll start with the base goods, including more food, unfortunately. And 7 amber and 2 villages. I should probably take a farm if I'm taking humans and I'm looking to feed people, and there's average soil in this area. Maybe a trapper's camp. I do have 4 reserve embarkation points that I left myself with last time. We're also moving up to Prestige 14. So Prestige 14, impatience falls less on gaining reputation now. Let's also name our town. Sora Irithil. There we go. Irithil? That'll work. In honor of the recent Elden Ring DLC announcement, this is a reference to a town in Dark Souls 3. Look, it's the first thing that came to mind. First thought, best thought. Lean forward, you know, that kind of thing. Okay. So I do want to take some density of resources here with this. I know one of them is going to be either the plantation or the small farm. Small farm has an easier path to generating foodstuffs, so I think I should probably take it. And then Trapper's Camp, similarly, will help us generate foodstuffs much earlier than we otherwise might be capable of. And because I'm not taking any bricks with me, I'm going to take some stone just so I have the capability of making bricks once I land. If they didn't charge 2 for the additional villages, I would take the additional villages here. Okay. Oh wow, gift from the woods. Gain 5 amber every drizzle season, plus an additional 5 amber for each hostility level reached. And then on Forest Mystery 1, or rather hostility level 1, villagers' off-road speed will be decreased by 30%. Rotting wood activates at 2. Woodcutters fell trees 50% faster, but destroyed the yield. And then there's Greater Threat. Ooh, this one's tough. Greater Threat. During the storm, receive a -2 global resolve for each dangerous and forbidden glade discovered since the beginning of the settlement. And there's also, on 4, Nauseous Spores. It will make villagers take breaks much more often, but I can prevent it with giving a service. That Greater Threat is going to be pretty tough. I'm going to have to focus on getting some resolve wins for our people quite quickly. We are immediately low on food, but something that is extremely lucky to see here is that we have lizards, and in fact, specifically, 2 lizards. Enough to fully stock a hunting camp and get them working away at that job that they are oh so good at. I suspect I might even want to make a second trapper's camp. But let's get some wood cutting down first as well. I will tell them to prioritize the wood cutting because I'm otherwise not going to have enough wood to even make the trapper's camp in the first place. Alright, we'll take humans to fill each of the woodcutters' camps. So I will have 1 free human just for building, effectively. I'm also going to force an early delivery just so that we can get the trapper's camp delivered. Cornerstone number 1 has turned up. Meat specialization! Oh! You've managed to enlist some excellent hunters, +1 to meat production every time it's produced 25 times. That's incredible, because we can get meat from the trees on this map, and there's also meat as one of the most common natural resources. And we have lizards. Okay, so we should already start thinking about what kind of complex food we can fulfill, and immediately leaping out at us is pie. So pie would require some processing of the wheat that we can grow in the farms that we already have access to, humans tending those farms, and then a production facility to join the wheat and some other ingredient that will fill the pie. And that can be filled with what? Herbs, meat, insects, or eggs. We'll probably end up doing meat there, but hopefully we do actually find an area for that. The field kitchen would give us the ability to develop jerky, which, honestly, developing jerky out of insects and just some wood here, I think that might be a really good idea. I think that might be especially helpful in getting through my first storm. That said, it's not my priority right now. Let's have a look at our work. Okay, lumber mill. The best plank production in the game. I do like that. There's also a grill for skewer production. I don't always love to take these this early, just because the grill might be much more important to me in a world where the... who likes skewers? Is it harpies as well? A lizard specialty? It's either harpies or foxes. One of the two like skewers. That said, I don't want to hold up all of my development of things here, and getting the lumber mill is never a sad day. Herbalist's camp. The only one of the natural resources that it tends to is herbs that I could possibly use. I'm looking probably here for a reroll. These are very lacking in use for us. Granary gives us the ability not only to pickle goods, but also to develop fabric at a 2-star rate. Sure, there's a smokehouse, but we can already make jerky. I guess we can already make fabric as well. I'm still going for it. And then there's a distillery and a smelter. So the distillery would give us the ability to generate barrels, and in addition, it would give us the ability to generate porridge. Porridge is pretty good for humans. The barrels would give me the ability to pickle goods, because the granary has a pickled goods recipe, and the pickled goods recipe will accept vegetables. So with just wheat and vegetables, so that's the things that I'm already capable of growing in a small farm, I'm capable of producing pickled goods, a favor of the lizards, as well as the porridge. The only input that I need that is not fulfilled for those is the ability to actually make the barrels. So that's either copper or crystallized dew. I will get crystallized dew from these trees, so I'll be able to make a small amount. There's also smelter. 3-star copper production, but there's also no copper generation on this map, so I suspect that's not going to be especially useful for us. Definitely worth my while to get a lumber mill up. And I'm going to want a trading post pretty soon as well, but let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. I also do want to house my lizards. And... well, actually, before I do that, I should guarantee at least that I have the ability to develop my granary also. So the first logs are going towards the lumber mill. Or rather, actually, I don't even have enough logs right now to develop the granary. Okay, so we'll just make the lumber mill, run that a little bit, make the granary, and then we can start worrying about homes. Clearing glades. Complete any 2 glade events, and deliver 5 packs of building materials in order to get 30 jerky, 3 parts, and 4 villages. Or delivery. Complete 3 trade routes, as well as deliver 5 packs of crops. That's going to be easier to do, courtesy of having a granary already. For 10 amber, 20 grain, and 4 villages. The thing is, if I'm already capable of delivering 5 packs of crops very, very easily, that's often come out of already having a lot of grain. I'd prefer to get a complex foodstuff as a reward here. But also, completing any 2 glade events, that could easily take me until I get into my second dangerous glade. Delivery could happen faster than that. I'm gonna take delivery. Blue metal. Ooh, that's actually pretty cool. Is it? Hang on. Blue metal. Deliver 5 crystallized dew. It will give us 10 fabric, it'll give us 2 villages, it'll also give us +1 to resin production. That +1 to resin production isn't gonna get utilized, I don't think. But it does give us 10 fabric, 2 villages, and a Queen's Grace. That's not something to turn my nose up at. Relics, deliver an ancient tablet, get 2 wildfire essence, as well as a bunch of food. I'm gonna take blue metal. Joyful lizards. Alright, I gotta think about whether or not I can make these lizards happy. How could I do this? They want to be 18 happy? If I put a single lizard in the hearth, let's actually just very quickly test. Okay, so we get +7 to the resolve of lizards, because one of them is in a comfortable position, is now getting a +5 to its resolve. I only have 2 lizards, so that's averaged out. And then the lizards also give +1 to global resolve when they are in the hearth. If I took everyone off of wood cutting, I would be able to lower hostility again. Taking us all the way down to 9. And then if I built the lizard's favored house immediately, and then favored them as well, that's going to get us to 18. Yep. That's going to give me the ability to get the lizards resolve above 18 for 30 seconds, and in doing so, get 3 lizards, 6 tools, and 5 meat per minute. Oh, what a joy. I will keep the workers where they currently are for this. Because I want my builders to hasten this action for us. Lumber mill, I only need you to develop up to 25 planks at a time at the moment. We're gonna favor the lizards. We build the lizard house as well. How did I miscount that? What's... oh no. What? Oh, they're hungry! I'm gonna tell the humans that they're not allowed to eat. How do I... oh, I can't do that. Okay, well, they will lose their hunger as long as they eat at any point, but they're not going to eat. They're not going to lose their hunger until the next time they actually do have the ability to eat. So they're going to have to take a break in order to help us here. Come on. Eat the lizards. Eat the insects. Oh, here we go. Lizards are 18 happy. They only need to maintain this for the next 20 seconds. Come on. And boom. That's it. We gain additional lizards. I can now move those lizards into the trapper's camp and refill the woodcutter's camps as well. In fact, I have no flagging workers now. Beautiful. I'm gonna disfavor the lizards. We definitely now have enough resources to make the granary. I'm gonna slow down on my plank production. That doesn't seem like it's essential right now. I think it is of great importance that I start developing jerky as well, so I will start building this small kitchen. That 5 meat per minute is going to be absolute godsend. Okay, I'm also out of fabric for the sake of making the granary at this point. That does make sense to me. I suppose I should make a makeshift post. Not makeshift post, sorry. A crude workstation. Start developing slightly more fabric. With that delivery, I'll also open another human from plank creation to get fabric instead. Only one of you needs to make enough fabric in order to get the granary down, and then when the granary's down, it's a much better source of fabric production. So I'm actually going to turn off all production here. Let's also reposition some of the woodcutters, get them to be a bit more efficient. We're almost at the degree of being able to turn in blue metal. Blue metal itself actually also would have given me my full allotment of fabric for the production of the granary. Alright, storm's rolling in. I'm just below the second level of hostility, so everyone's off-road speed is going to be decreased by 30, but they also seldom have reason to move off-road. This is resolved as low. Interesting. If I favor them throughout the storm, we'll be okay, though. Let's get 2 humans in the granary. Actually, I'll get a single human in the granary, thank you. Please start making up to a total of 25 fabric. Favor the lizard to keep him happy. So I'll continue lumbering away in the lumber mill for the moment. Okay, perfect. That should now be enough delivered fabric in order to produce the field kitchen. Unless you're taking a break right now, which you are, rude. Taking on newcomers right now would increase my hostility. Unless I took a couple people off woodcutting, and then that would give me the ability to fill more places. Okay. Ah, I see. We have lizards. I do want some bricks. And some additional food, sure. Let's take 2 foxes. Oh, but the foxes are also going to be sad right now. Woof. Yeah, that is a toughie. I'm going to have to build a house for those foxes immediately. Okay, I also now know that porridge is a very, very high priority production for us. I don't want to turn in blue metal just yet, as that's more people, and also lowers our impatience, and our impatience also lowers our hostility right now. So lower impatience is higher hostility. I'm gonna disfavor the lizards and see if I'm capable of favoring the foxes in time. I suspect not. I'm gonna take enough people off of woodcutting that I don't have to worry about whether or not I'm suddenly gonna lose one of these foxes. But as soon as I have a fox house up, I should be okay. Yeah, there we go, because they get a total of +7 resolve from it. Wow. Lizard's resolve is low. Yeah, I never really care about the lizard's resolve being low because they're never mad enough to leave about it. Their resolve can be low, but their resilience is high, so their resolve drops very slowly. Oftentimes, if the lizards are happy enough before a storm starts, they can't leave. Alright. So, I was about to say before I check my newcomers, I already took them. Never mind. Dual carriage system. 2 Rainpunk hauling carts will be assigned to the main warehouse to help transport resources between buildings. Versus economic migration for newcomers bringing 15%, arriving 15% quicker and bringing 10% more goods for each level of standing you have with other settlements. I'm gonna take the dual carriage system. Hell yeah. Let's also pop blue metal now. I like having extra resources. I suspect distillery makes much more sense now, especially now that I know that porridge is on the menu. An annoying factor here is that water skins would actually be really tight. Water skins are produced out of leather and meat, and as soon as I find a meat resource, I'm gonna have a lot of leather, as well as obviously the meat. In doing so, I would have the best way to concoct containers. And because the lizards like pickled goods, I think go best in, yes, water skins. It only takes 2 water skins for 10 pickled goods, whereas it takes 3 pottery or 3 barrels. And without a good plan of how I'm getting copper or crystallized dew, I'm not making barrels. Without clay, which doesn't spawn on this map, I'm not making pottery, so I realistically do need a way to make leather water skins. It's here up against press, and press is interestingly the ability to make fuel out of meat, which is really hard for me to turn down right now. The press also gives us the ability to make flour, admittedly at quite a poor rate. Oh. Yeah, this is a toughie. I think I'm actually going to take leather worker, and I'm going to be pretty sad about it. Because with a leather worker, after I open my well, I'm not happy about. Wow. Okay, never mind. It immediately offered me a press for the next option after I took the leather worker. Grand. Okay, we have a full strategy for how to feed our people. Now that we are in the 2nd year, I want to break into a glade. I want to break into a dangerous glade specifically, and I'm going to take this one because it has the revealed location of fertile soil, because I also want to make a farm in that glade, hence wanting to break into one. Let's tell them that they're doing that. Painting a path of trees they'll have to take down. Clothing the people. Need for clothing fulfilled. Fulfill the need for clothing 35 times. +1 to fabric production is nice. 5 parts is admittedly a lot nicer. And none of my other things have given me parts so far. Exclusively for that reason, I'm taking clothing the people. I might have to buy 35 coats from someone at one point, but because this doesn't require that they're all clothed at the same time, my humans can just slowly consume all of those and we'll be okay. Because my humans are the only ones who wear clothes here. Meat treats. Have at least 12 villages with the jerky meat fulfilled for 120 seconds, or outposts. No, foxes don't eat jerky. That's a shame. So I would need to wait until I have 12 lizards before I can fulfill the need for that within 120 seconds of the rest. So I'm probably going to take outposts here, but I'll hold off for a moment because I don't need to make that decision yet, because I'm not making an outpost yet either. I do really want to start housing people though, so I could start popping down some big shelters.
Yeah.
Let's throw 2 people into the crude workstation to start milling out some bricks. You can make a total of 15, thank you. And then I'll be able to house people. This granary should run out of, the ability to produce in just a moment, because it's hit 25 for its fabric. So I'll throw them back on making planks until they have 25 there. Dangerous glade will open in a second. Hello. Oh, that's a lot of fertile soil. Yeah, but this tinkerer's in the way. And the tinkerer makes tools. How dare you? So the tinkerer can make tools and training gear. Training gear can be made out of stone and planks, and training gear is a service that both the foxes and the lizards want fulfilled. Oh, there's a lot of good reasons to let them do that. I don't have 10 incense here, but if I did, I could try and perform this ritual. Increase the forest's hostility by 300 points. But in 7 minutes, it'll all be over. Or I can bury the entrance, lowering the resolve of woodcutters and gatherers by 12. That's what I'm gonna have to do. Because I definitely don't want it to kill every living being within a radius of 20 fields. There's a source of some good fuel up there in the back line as well, that coal vein. And there's some moss broccoli patches, so I know I want to pick up a forager's camp should I get one. Looking at this farm fields. Yeah, I can sacrifice only 1 space and still be able to take all the rest of these as fields, so that's fine. I'm gonna generate the small farm immediately. Tinkerer, you'll be a lot later. We want to get our foxes. This one, I'm just gonna open and send to the vault right now. Yeah, the lizards are pretty sad about that. This one I'll wait until you finish making jerky, and then I'll send you. So that'll finish now in 5 minutes and 23... 28, rather. Sorry, that might finish before the next storm, I think, at this point. I just need to make sure the lizards don't run away by then. I can do that by just taking, like, a lizard or 2 off of trappers camping. That'd be fine. Like, if I take 2 of them out, boom, problem solved. And in fact, I can start trying to make more lizard houses in order to prevent any new problems. Let's also move these woodcutters camps to positions where they are more likely to actually help me expand again. In fact, we're almost out of insect charges here in the base. And we don't find any additional meat stuffs further up either. Oof. I do want to keep the jerky coming if possible. Oh! There we go! I can get the lizards making that jerky at the moment. That doesn't count as a wood cutting or gathering. That said, it also takes all of the people off of production here. So I'm going to take my lumber mill experts and allow them to actually build. Get a lizard house down. A human house as well would be lovely. After which we can drop a single park somewhere. And celebrate our brand new encampment. And with it, the +2 to global resolve we get. I can't not put them in the farm. Wait, what? They're idling at the moment. I think they need to plant during the storm, harvest during clearance. Or plant during drizzle, harvest during clearance. I don't micro my farmers much at all. I recognize that that's apparently a thing you're supposed to do, but I don't. Perhaps this run, where it's gonna matter, is when I'll make that change. Let's allow them to make even more jerky if they're having so much fun. Made all of the bricks possible at the moment, so we can free up a couple more builders. We're very quickly opening up all these additional areas for the new buildings as well. There we go. I only need to get one more house down, in fact, for humans. And it's easily done. Now that I've done so, I can drop another park and a garden. And in doing so... Ooh. Wait, hang on, there are meat deposits up here! Oh, that's the leather we want as well. Oh, that's incredible. I do want those trees taken down as well, if possible. Storm's rolling in. I guess we do need some more folk in the lumber mill at the moment. Yeah, I'm not really gonna want to have rotting wood. So I can take some woodcutters off the job as well. Let's get 2 of you in the small farm. 2 of you to replace the lizards in the kitchen as they go to a trapper's camp. Make up to 100 jerky at any one time. You get more jerky than you do insects. 8 insects gives 10 jerky, so even if it's not the world's best food stuff, it is pretty efficient right now. Well, okay, it's not efficient compared to how efficient it can typically be, but compared to getting 8 food for 8, 10 food for 8 is actually really good. Path will pop off in a moment after we get the additional planks. Newcomers are available. 11 coats? I'd have to buy fewer coats next time. Gives me more workers. Yeah, I'll take it. Forces me to take one more person off of woodcutting, but that's okay. The open vault is just being looted at the moment. There's the amber. I should also make sure that I open a trading post. Certainly worth my while to do. There's that garden coming up. Wahoo! Plus 10% to global production speed. And then as soon as the storm ends, we're going to see our first trader. Yeah, so in this season, they are plowing the fields. And plowed fields, if I recall correctly, have higher chances of giving additional yields. With so many lizards, it does feel a shame not to take advantage in some way. The medium abandoned cache here gives +2 to barrel production, also gives us 40 eggs and 30 jerky. I'm honestly not very keen on that at all. I probably just want to open that. I mean, no rush to do so, though. I'm happy to develop fabric all the way up to 50 right now, and probably even planks all the way up to 50. Bricks are going to be harder, but we'll be able to start hacking away at those stone deposits pretty soon. In fact, I'll even make something to do so. There's Sahilda. I think Sahilda does sell coats, which is going to be a blast if it's the case. Yep. Outposts are going to be the easier of those. Foolhardy man. I just don't see the ability to complete this reasonably. 4 dangerous or forbidden glade events. So I need to open 4 more dangerous or forbidden glades and then complete their events as well. I guess I'm not supposed to take, because ephemeral choices are extra choices, right? They're not replacing one of the options I otherwise would have had. So I think I need to conceive of ephemeral choices as, if you are in the perfect position where you are capable of utilizing this, do it. Otherwise, ignore it. Thankfully, both income tax and export here give us 8 parts, which is very nice. I'm going to take the one that also gives us 3 wildfire essence. That's the ability to build another full half. Luxury goods in an arena. Okay, so an arena would actually be my highest tier draft. An arena gives us the ability to provide brawling and religion. So our foxes like brawling, our lizards like brawling and religion, and our humans like religion. That's incredible. It would also reward us with the training grounds cornerstone, +1 to lizard resolve permanently for every 70 training gear produced. I already have a training gear production facility as well. Literally the only thing is I need to get clan hall for this to go off. But I want clan hall desperately. Oh, hello. Essence supplies. Receive 3 packs of provisions for each new villager. That makes trading a lot easier. Ooh, unfortunately, I don't actually have coat production right now. I don't think I need anything from you, to be entirely frank. If I bought some water skins from you, I could make use of them, but I don't need them. I think I might actually hold off. Ooh, bricks though. Bricks are pretty hard for me to make as well. And I'll take 1 clay. This is the only thing that costs little enough for me to afford. Okay, now I should definitely be able to house the new foxes as well. And then I just need 1 more lizard house and 1 more human house for coverage. And that'll do it. We'll have everyone housed. Woo! That's useful. Ooh, I also should throw people back into the woodcutters camps now that I have the time. I say that, but I still need people to do the building as well. Hey, the foxes are happy enough that I might get some resolve about it. Sealed is about to leave, was the pause there. Yeah, that'll be everyone housed. Hell yeah. Love to have additional resolve. It's like the kitchen is saying they have already made too much jerky, to which I will say, yeah, fair enough. One of the next things I need is a geyser, so that I have a source of clearance water for the production of porridge from a distillery. Speaking of, I should start building those buildings now as well. There's a distillery, there's the leatherwork, there's a press. That'll do it. So distillery, I only really care about you making porridge, and I'll make porridge mostly out of grain and clearance water, and I'll make it to a limit of 100 at any one time. Fabric production is 34 seconds in both the granary and the leather worker. So I'm definitely not going to use the fabric production here. But water skins, I will happily. I'll need to wait for a little bit more leather, but that'll be forthcoming, I'm certain. Honestly, now that we're in a later year, I actually feel like I'm just going to quickly get that geyser and move forward. Let's also rebuild the Tinkerer, so that will be relevant. Additional blight rot cysts have appeared. That's my warning to develop my blight building. Here we are. A blight post with a maximum capacity of 10 fuel cysts at any one time. I do need to get people back off of their jobs, and you know what? If your job is using wood, I need you to stop doing that job for a period of time, so that I can get people wood cutting. Because frankly, I'm running out of wood, and I'm otherwise not going to have the ability to actually complete the Black Post. Well, I will complete the Blight Post, sorry, but I won't have the ability to utilize it. It runs on wood, you see. I'm so keen to use this distillery. Please start harvesting grain. Oh, I want the grain so bad. Wait, hang on. Delivery carts just delivered a bunch of stuff to the Tinkerer. I'm not using you yet. Don't deliver things to buildings I'm not using. Little bit of herbs, little bit of moss broccoli in this area. It's not awful, but it does underscore why I opened this area. The main value here is definitely the geyser bomb. Time to accept new villagers. 1 pipe, 2 fabric, 6 clay. I'm going to take the option with amber, thank you. That will also give me some packs of provisions, so I now have the ability to ship some stuff out if I really want to. 3 crystallized dew. I prefer to keep that on hand so that I can house the foxes. 5 amber. Very low result as well. One thing I should definitely start running is... I have, 248 meat. I get 5 meat a minute, and I also get 4 meat every meat. This is absurd. Basically, because of the trajectory of our meat production, anything that I can use meat for, I should use meat for. So instead of burning wood, I'm going to burn oil. And I'm going to make that oil exclusively out of meat. Oil is also a really, 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 really useful material for solving quests. I'm seeing the clearance water getting delivered as soon as it's generated here for a moment, but that'll stop soon. Storms are rolling in. And I have no one in my black posts yet. Yep. Yeah, that tracks. That tracks so well. That tracks too well. Oh boy, I suspect I might start losing stuff here. I do not want to have the humans die, but currently aiming for 265% of my max in corruption. We are burning some cysts though. And it's the only thing that matters. I can't believe I screwed that up. On. It does lower the corruption every time I take one out. And it lowers the rate of them following up as well. Oh, but I'm not burning something at the moment. I would need to be burning something right now. God, no! No! The run was so... Alright. We're fine. We're fine. I'm not fine. Yeah, there we go. All assists are gone now. What a nightmare. Suppose I should probably sell some fabric in order to try and get some money. I'm gonna sell a single part. And 10 planks as well. 3 trade routes going out there. I can't believe I keep doing that. I'm not happy about it. Hostility is reduced by 10 points every time you sell goods worth 30 amber. Sure, I'm already incentivized to do a lot of trade right now. New clothes. 18 villages with the need for clothes fulfilled at the same time. That's not really gonna happen. But it gives me +1 to leather production. 20 random goods whenever a villager dies. Complete at least 3 events, making a decision with loyalty. I'm gonna take that because I already know that I'm gonna be completing one of these with loyalty, and that's sending to the queen a chest that I don't think I really get much value out of opening. Smokehouse. Best jerky production in the game. There's also +3 to pickled goods production, which does seem like that would be pretty significant, actually. The only problem is, I already know that I also need to buy 24 clothes. That'll get our clothing need fulfilled. I can do that with jerky, actually, as it turns out. I do also want your bricks. Because bricks are harder for me. But... how much leather do I have? How many pickle jars can I really make? I don't have enough leather. I almost feel like I should take the smokehouse. All we need is the ability to make skewers, and then I can make the skewers out of jerky. I will take that smokehouse, actually. I wasn't bluffing. Hopefully I was doing well enough that I can afford the, catastrophe. These catastrophes I keep leveling upon myself. One day I'll remember. And then the next day, I'm gonna forget again. I've got it scheduled in right after I remember. Time to forget. Maximum utilization of workers, so I don't even have anyone to build with. Making a lot of oil as well. These will eventually be freed up. Yeah, exactly. We're only 3 charges left in the Leech Broodmother at this point. Until I find a large Leech Broodmother deposit. Leech Broodmother deposit. Wow. Until I find a large copy of these, I'm still going to be getting a small amount of leather, but in the large deposits, there is a 100% chance for leather, as well as a high chance for even more leather. At which point, it will be very easy to just mill out a bunch of water skins. Right now, I can only make 30. But 30 water skins also does give us a fair bit of food. 30 water skins, for instance, is 150 pickled goods. So yeah, I should probably get someone on that. And that's going to be a lot easier to do now that I have to take down both these trappers' camps. There we are. Workshop, way too late, buddy. The apothecary. Well, this is the ability to make incense at a 2-star rate, which is pretty good for offering religion. Biscuits, I mean, theoretically, yeah, I can make biscuits here, but I'm probably not going to use it for that. I'll hold. I don't even need to take that yet. I kind of wish it was a service building, to be honest. But I also can't wish it was a service building and then re-roll for just that sake. That would be absurd. Okay, now with our new folk, make as many water skins as you can. Then once you've done that, report back. Oh, there it is, smokehouse. I don't know how I missed it every time I was looking for it there. I just need to get one of these down as well. Yeah, admittedly, I didn't leave myself many good positions for putting something of this size. Kind of want to move the lumber mill. Alas, I'm probably running out of buildings I'm ultimately going to be putting down for a while as well anyway. It's a smokehouse, and only make it out of oil and meat. The oil itself is also made out of meat, so this is a very efficient meat production chain. Newcomers have arrived. One of you brings parts, which would give me the ability to actually employ you. I'll take them. They're also offering me the ability to do some trading now. I don't really want to sell much grain, but I do want to make some trades. I can get 50 stone out for 20 amber. I think that's probably worthwhile. And then I'm going to just sell 1 pack of grain. Only 7. Okay, there's the jerkery. We'll pop lizards in that until they make 100 jerky. Since I'm not making any buildings right now, I'll fully utilize the rest of my workers. Clothing the people is now complete. That's +1 to fabric production from here on out, as well as 5 provisions, 5 parts, and another reputation. I already have 1-star production of incense. I'm not going to need much better than that. I'm going to take the reroll. God, I wish I saw Clan Hall here, but I will accept Butcher. Annoyingly, this is probably the least useful building that I would happily take. I already have a much better production than 2-star for both jerky and oil. The reason the Butcher is so good here, in fact, I would infinitely prefer if I had just taken the butcher and I could have ignored both of the other buildings. But I do get 2-star skewer production. Clay pit. Make clay and reed regardless of the season. It does accept clearance water, which I do have access to. But I also don't think I need to make that decision right now. I am going to destroy the lumber mill and move it elsewhere. Because straight across the road from the butcher, the smokehouse rather, being the butcher, seems extremely efficient. They are going to be carrying resources between one another, as the skewers can be made more efficiently out of jerky than they can be out of meat. Oh, actually, but also it doesn't matter. Literally use meat instead. And then vegetables will go in here as well. Yeah, I need more fertile soil to be able to support this build. Oh, hang on. Before we make that, let's make sure that I actually put the lumber mill back somewhere. That'll have to do. Alright, there's all of the things we can make. Let's head back into the granary, and I can now pickle goods. In order to prepare for doing that, I think I should also get a harvester up so that I do have the vegetables to be able to do it consistently. Stonecutter's camp has nothing to mess with, so we'll remove it. Oh, here we go, as well. Unfortunately, it's only comfort in this building that we can even get, so we'll get the foxes to make the porridge for us. As soon as I have the porridge starting to be made, I think I can turn off basic food for all of our people. I'm honestly going to make oil up to 250, because I can. Take everyone off of woodcutting for a moment. Fabric. That's a really good rate for selling fabric. That's also a really good rate for selling crystallized dew. That's a really bad rate for selling water skins. Let's make a couple of very quick sales, and then we'll sell some more stuff before the end of the storm as well. So I'll sell fabric and incense at the end, because incense takes a while and fabric will take a while when I stack it up to the amount that I want to sell. But right now I'm just going to sell 1 stack of crystallized dew and 1 stack of water skins. Literally just to increase the number of trade routes we've completed. Humans in the foraging as well. And in fact, I can probably assign some more woodcutters. There we go. I can get 3 people back on woodcutting as a job without raising hostility. And in doing so... hell yeah. I also free up the ability to spend some time making scaffolding. I no longer need the field kitchen, so I could theoretically just sell it. And will do. I wish I could also move the lumber mill now, but I can't. Whoops. I guess the crude workstation theoretically still... Well, when I say theoretically still useful, I guess what I mean is it is still useful, as I still don't otherwise have a way to make bricks. I'm opening so fiercely to the left immediately here, and near the end of the storm, I will actually even let my woodcutter's camp break into there. Ooh, I don't have enough packs of provisions to sell that many. Newcomers arrive. Oh, at the end of the storm this year? Dang. I'm still making good progress on those, I think. All of our vegetables have been making a good amount of pickled goods so far. Love to see that. It seems like our porridge comes up at about the rate that I eat it. Frustratingly. Not really ever ahead on that. And let's tell y'all you can open the woods. A new trader arrives, Jadani Stormfeather, at the same time as we've opened a new glade. Totem of Denial, hell yeah. I love seeing a Totem of Denial because it gives you a global resolve bonus. That's +3 to global resolve. And it also counts as 4 decorations of the Harmony type, which is one of the things we need for the next half level. So I definitely want to perform this ritual. And I will purchase whatever is required to do it, or I'll even make it if I need. Jadani, you... Ooh, +2 to porridge production is only 20% extra porridge. +3 to brick production, though, means I will never need to actually have a brick production facility. I do have a decent amount of money, so I should heavily consider the possibility of taking multiple things there. Ale, training gear, tea, scrolls, incense, wine. Okay, we don't have any of those currently. I believe I could make enough parts to open one of these. Performing the ritual is not the loyalty event, but if I resolve the medium event and cash with loyalty, then I'm only 1 loyal decision off of making the queen happy. Oh, there's a brickyard here! Best production of bricks in the entire game! Man, it's gonna be wild. We've also got a worm tongue nest down here, so I can get some more insect. Reinforced axes, woodcutting camp production is 35% quicker, or deep pockets. Receive 10 amber for every 5 completed trade routes. Still don't really think that's useful. It's outmoded incredibly by the other amber sources. Pickled goods. Sure, I could ship some of them out here. I really want to be able to sell meat though, so if I can get some packs of provisions made, that'll probably be worth our while. And in fact, I can make them out of meat, so I'm gonna make a lot of them. Rainproof coats. Deliver 50 coats and deliver 50 oil. 50 oil easily. 50 coats? I'd have to buy them. I have a tinkerer and I have a granary. I can make packs of building materials and crops much more easily than one might have otherwise thought. Let's take funding an outpost. And I will allow the wood cutting to occur faster. Let's get some more woodcutters back in the camp. Totally forgot about trying to fulfill this, I guess. Smokehouse, distillery, tinkerer. I suppose training gear, getting 50 of these is probably the easiest of them for us to fulfill. I'm gonna take all of the workers out of the press because I know I'm already way overloaded with oil. +3 to brick production, eh? There is not much brick availability on this map still. Additional +1 resolve for all villages with a home. I do just like plus resolve. And sure, I'm even gonna take the puffed grain. Unfortunately, I am running out of things to pickle. New people have arrived, and they bring with them new pickleables. Perfect. As soon as each of these people has produced a set of training gear, I can send the hounds into the Totem of Denial. That'll be enough. Get our foxes ready, send them into the Totem of the Denial, tell them to start taking swords over, because by the time they are ready to take the final swords over, the final swords will be ready. Oh, a great production for selling fabric. I didn't sell the wood last season. The wood, the meat that was, actually. Dang. I'm gonna free up a couple of workers so that hopefully Jerky can just keep itself stable with just one. Oh man. Can't sacrifice goods in the hearth while this is going down. And the small foragers camp has nothing nearby, so there goes our access to food. to vegetables outside of our farm, singular. Let's rebuild the brickyard because I can and I want to. Only have one trade route active at the moment. That's a bit unfortunate as well. 2 more trade routes and I've got income tax complete. Good, I am going to be able to complete the Tome of Denial in time. Let's also generate a mine here, which already will require some bricks. So I'm going to have to throw some workers into the brickyard. But it's also very easy for them to make a ridiculous amount of bricks quite quickly. Unfortunately, I'm out of clearance water for the sake of making more porridge. I do want to fix that as soon as possible, but my boxes are currently busy. In a new trade season, I can offload some fabric at a worse rate, admittedly, than previous. I'm just going to ship one thing out there so that I can complete income tax. Actually, I'm also going to upgrade this geyser pump so that it now has robots working it automatically. That'll solve our clearance issues. Handling. Only one more brick is needed to create this mine, and then I can start getting some coal as well. Not that I desperately need coal, but I can have it. The mine is also capable of producing a secondary resource of coal on this map makes stone 30% of the time, so that'll end up being enough stone to actually fulfill more bricks if I need them. Three of you back into the press, 2 of you back into the leather worker. Then I'll immediately take you out, realizing that it wasn't worth it. Gotta get people back in the lumber mill as well. Actually, I will tell this tinkerer. Please start making tools. And don't stop until I have no crystallized dew left. Oh boy. We're all out of the goods for producing pickled things again. Supplier and clay pit. I'm eager to reroll. Based on neither of those really benefiting me in any way. I can take the rain mill and I would have reasonable, well, best in game. Not reasonable, but best in game flour production. Only problem is what? Then I need to find a building to make pies. I don't have a building to make pies. I don't really want a building to make pies. I'm gonna reroll again. And you've worked me down. I'll take a tavern. It's a luxury. I will have the ability at the absolute least to get +3 to Global Resolve. That's worth something. We pass into a new year. Exploration Expedition. +5 global resolve for 180 seconds each time a new glade is discovered, but woodcutting is 33% slower until I open 2 glades. If I'm about to open 2 glades, I take that. There's also Rebellious Spirit, +1 global resolve for every 2 impatience points, of which I currently have 8. So I gain 4 resolve across the board. Yeah, I'm going to take the 4 resolve across the board. If Rebellious Spirit is no longer good for me, it means that I'm already winning, and I don't need it to continue being good for me. The opportunity to sell some grain or some water skins. I mean, I can sell a pack of each if you'd like. Currently lowered hostility by 30 by selling enough amber. Selling enough goods worth of amber, rather. Provisioner or Rain Mill? Provisioner is just the ability to make better packs of provisions, but that also doesn't matter to me because I have so much meat that I can make as many packs of provisions as I want. Really? Global food production increased by 25%. Sorry, 20% rather. I'd love that. I'd love to buy a bunch of your things, Renwald. The only thing is I don't have money at the moment. Second, as I hastily complete the development of our first district here, and then start scouting position for our second half. Yeah, nothing wrong with right there. That'll give me the opportunity to start building my second neighborhood as well. I will quickly tell them they have the ability to make up to 5 packs of crops, just so I have the ability to complete the first delivery mission. Some additional reputation is rolled in. Still don't really want to accept either of those. Oh, 27. That's exactly enough now to get the Viceroy's survival guide for global food production speed increased by 20%. I do have a lot of food production going on, and I'm only intending to add more. Oh my god, I've had no one in these woodcutters camps for ages. Oof. Also, I really do want to open into another dangerous glade again, if possible, because I still want a lot more fertile soil. Just worry that might not be viable for us anymore. Selling porridge doesn't seem appropriate. I need that for eating. Packs of goods are done. That's 4 new villages. That's actually worth a lot. And this thing is coming up right now, so I can actually start putting down other buildings around it happily. Go. Set ourselves up to have this small hearth prosper immediately. Perfect. District level 1 is up. 10% higher chance globally of double yields. Yeah, we're definitely limited on our bricks right now, so I'll take the opportunity to make some additional there. Light rod cysts have appeared, high level corruption, that's fine. I already pre-made all of the things I need to manage that. Please allow me to sell you food. I'm so good at selling food. I don't really want to be selling packs of crops, but I am making some currently. So 2 and 2 packs of provisions for 5, or 3 and 2 packs of provisions for 6. Well. I don't want to sell any parts either. So I am not using a lot of camps. That's probably a really good argument to start using more camps. Actually, I suspect it's not. I think I probably could sell 5 parts here. Gain 20 amber for it. Take a bunch of humans out of the mines to start actually helping us build here. Good thing I can make bricks so quickly. I'm also unfortunately just short on being able to make more fox homes. One thing I can do with the foxes right now is open this medium abandoned cache. I really want to give myself the ability to re-roll this rather than just plow through picking buildings that I don't think I want. I'll be rolling into the storm in a moment. Let's make sure that I get people in the blight posts. I remembered this time. 3 people are already in the press. That's fun. Yeah, I guess I get my humans back into the mine. And I can have 3 people still woodcutting. Ran by me. And I'll be incurring rotting wood, but that's okay. I don't want to sell 5 more parts, thank you. Right, cysts are being offed rather at a reasonable rate. Ooh, it looks like jerky production is actually down. I'm gonna have to get another lizard in there finally. I would happily take the foragers camp as well. Herbalist camp is least useful. Market, honestly, is still pretty good here, and it's still pretty good because I can actually make some use of it, and that's all that it really needed to have to qualify. The market, at the very least, is going to give us all plus 10 carrying capacity across the entire camp, and people are carrying 5 right now, so that's 2 fewer loads they need to do per trip. Take another person off so I don't have to worry about the giant threat. Welcome to some newcomers. Again, have to take some people off woodcutting to accommodate them. That's all good. I'd love to start housing these people as well. In fact, that'll get us to 14. People around this area, so I can get another plus 10% to global production speed, rather. And heck, I do have enough people to house around there to even get the next upgrade as well. Only have to move some buildings over. That said, I should probably wait until the area opens a little bit to do that. I don't need to turn in the outposts mission right now. One thing I do need to do is start considering my next glade open, and I think that's going to be this one immediately to the left. As it has a really nearby warehouse, I wouldn't even have to expand again. Jadani, welcome! Gain 10 jerky for every 10 pie produced. I can already make jerky really well. Plus 3 bricks production. I can already make bricks really well. Woof. Tough stuff offering me things here. I'm gonna take some vegetables and roots, and I'm gonna take the vegetables, just the vegetables, thank you. I'm gonna sell you like 400 meat right now because I'm not running out of meat. And then I will take those roots back, thank you. Berries. And I'll throw in some packs of provisions until you agree with me about it. So... oh, hang on. No, you don't have any potable containers I can use. Okay, leather worker. Do you have leather? You don't have leather either. Woof. Okay, I'm not going to be able to make pickled goods right now, unfortunately. But I will be able to make skewers. I'll tell you not to use vegetables, because vegetables are very easy to use for other things as well. But otherwise, make me as many skewers as you can. Let's also turn in our outposts mission, 15 more amber, 5 more building carry capacity for builders, and 10 more parts. Sorry, not parts. That was tools. My apologies. Could sell fabric for a reasonable rate right now. I could also sell jerky for a really good rate. So let's get another person in there making jerky so I can try and sell that at the right time. Leftover crops, 2 packs of provisions for every 10 herbs produced, or dye extractor, 5 pigment for every 10 insects. I'm going to take a reroll because none of those seem relevant to us. Metallurgic proficiency. Increases the production speed of copper bars, crystallized yew, and all recipes that use them by 33%. I'm going to take another reroll because I also don't think that's useful for me. Packs of trade goods are worth 25% more when sold directly through trade routes or to traders, or hidden reward. I'm going to take value-added tax. This is the first time I've ever actually taken that intentionally and wanted it, because I am capable of producing a lot of packs of things. And packs of building materials up here in the Tinkerer as well. In fact, I'm going to use my bricks to make a ridiculous amount of packs of building materials right now. Because I can also just make a ridiculous amount of bricks very easily. In fact, I'll tell you to make up to 100 because of this. Want a lot more jerky made very quickly. There's some more fertile soil, and we have found leech brood mothers. Woohoo! As well as 2 abandoned caches. Interesting. Ooh, send to the Citadel as a result here. And I can do it. That is another loyalty. Only needs 9 packs of provisions and 15 amber. I have those on hand at almost all times. Let's set down some new farms as well. And then I do want to start breaking these open. Do I have... Yep, I do have a fox working a job it doesn't want. Please go break open those cages for us. I could just buy stone, but I also do have the ability to just get stone from here. Let's also clear out the areas that are blocking us from accessing this. My other woodcutters camps are also not active at the moment, which I'm honestly not extremely surprised by. Do I need them all to be active right now? I'm getting pretty close to the end of this run. We're going to get 0.5 reputation from completing the Glade settlement there. We'll also gain 1 full reputation from completing a order from the Queen. I should start working on funding an outpost. Let's make 30 packs of crops. Get some humans free to do that sometime. Take them out of the mine, that'll work. Admittedly, they didn't really need to be there in the first place. Well, at least we do have 2 lizards elsewhere to free up, but I also would like some open workers at the moment. But I guess I'm gonna get them as soon as these caches are finished being collected. And that should happen soon. I have 4 blueprints to turn in at this point. I'll take bakery. I'm not gonna use it. I'll take stamping mill. Again, I'm not gonna use it. Clan hall. That's it. That's all I wanted. Thank you. Hello? The next one is tea. No, it's not. It's not bathhouse, it's tea house. I wanted the other one. Wait. That'll be a clan hall soon. So all I'll need to do is have enough training gear to fulfill it, and that will be our final 3 orders completed. I'm gonna tell it not to do brawling right now, just so that the auto carts don't deliver funds to it. Let's fund the outposts. Take you all back off of that job, and then tell you there's actually another job you could do, making pickled goods. I mean, look, ancient tablets, and I can sell them for 15 apiece? Sure. That's not gonna actually give me the money before the game ends, though, if I had to guess. And that's because it's definitely the case. Like, literally 0.5 from this, and then as soon as I hit gifts from the Queen, that is a success. And it's worth keeping in mind at this point. The fact that we succeeded without having any starting food on this map means that for the rest of this entire run, we get 20 extra amber at the very start. Oh boy, I'm overjoyed about that. Prestigious expedition. Won a game on Prestige 14 difficulty, and we get 7 seal fragments, 119 food. The distraction worked, the merchant and his guard managed to escape. All of our starting caravans gain 20 amber for the duration of the rest of this cycle. I spelt Irithyl wrong. It is an I. Knew it. Oh! I could have 2 negatives at the same time? Yikes. No envoy dare pass through here. Orders are disabled. And also you can choose from 1 fewer cornerstones. That is a nightmare map right there. Oh boy. I'm working my way out towards this, I think. So I'm supposed to go up from here. Yeah, that's what I was originally drafting. Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I probably have time to do it in the amount of settlements we can get down there. Of course, before over-focusing on something like that, let's over-focus on what upgrades I can get. Oh, a new cornerstone unlocked. This isn't happening commonly at this point. It says, no quality control. +2 to wood production. After each storm, all stored wood is removed, and you get 50 insects in return. Okay! Okay, that's really interesting. So you micromanage your wood when you have this, right? You don't need woodcutters a lot of the time because they're producing 3 times as much wood. Usually it's 1, with this it's 3. But you also need the wood to run out exactly at the end of the storm so that you don't then also lose out on a huge amount of value. Interesting. The ability to upgrade fox houses. I do want to be able to upgrade houses. I've never had the ability to do that. Permanent +5 to the storage capacity of all buildings in your settlement, though. Every worker in your settlement gets a +1 to their carry capacity, another +5 to the global That seems like that's something that's maybe been limiting me, that I haven't got labor shortage sorted out yet. I don't know why, but my tongue is not cooperating with me today. For the moment, my name is Rhapsody. The name of the game? You better believe it's been Against the Storm. Top left's a series playlist for all my content on the game past, present, and future. YouTube recommendation is down below. Streaming past are the names of people who are generally supporting the Republic on patreon.com/RhapsodyPlays are above the thank tier. And a special thanks this episode to Sorathil. Hopefully you all have been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you all next time.